Hey guys, so I just got in some Daniel Smith watercolors, and it is the first time I've ever tried out Daniel Smith, so I kind of wanted to record it in case there are other beginners out there like me who are just wondering about some of the differences between the brands. Now, first, before we start swatching, and I've already swatched two colors of my current palette because I want to compare them against Daniel Smith. So before I start swatching, I want to show you, I didn't really pay attention when I ordered, and so this is the 5 milliliter tube, which is kind of tiny. When I compare it next to my Cotman, Winsor and Newton Cotman tubes, which are 8 milliliters, yeah, milliliters. It looks kind of tiny. But then when I compare it against my Holbein, I don't even know how to say it, Holbein tubes, it's even tinier. So just be aware that the tubes are a little tiny. I was not expecting them to be that small. And also you can see like they're almost kind of like, I'd say maybe a third to halfway gone. And all I did was fill up a half pan. So that's what you got in there in the tube, maybe 2 pans worth maybe. But that's just the smallest tube. So obviously you could buy a bigger tube, but just be prepared for that because I know I wasn't. All right, so here we go. Here's my swatch that I'm trying to replace in my palette right now. I currently have Winsor Newton's Cotman Permanent Rose. And I'm trying to move all of my paints out of the Cotman range because I really want to move into professional colors. The closest thing I could find to like a really bright magenta that I wanted was Permanent Rose from Cotman. And I'm hoping that the Daniel Smith Opera Rose will be a really bright, pretty pink, thick magenta. That's really what I'm looking for. Then the other paint I want to like swatch out in my palette is the Winsor Newton Cotman Veridian Hue, which I love using in ocean and things like that. But again, I'm trying to upgrade to more professional paints, more light fastness, things like that. So I'm hoping that the Phthalo Green, and this is the blue shade of Phthalo Green, that it will be a good replacement for Cotman's Veridian Hue. And then I just have Daniel Smith's Titanium Buff down here because apparently it's so amazing that nothing compares to it. Everyone I know that has ever tried Titanium Buff loves it. So we're going to give it a try. I opened up the paints and they've been airing out for a little bit. So let's go ahead and give Titanium Buff a swatch first. So I'm just going to kind of wiggle it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of like a pudding consistency. It hasn't dried overnight. It's just been kind of sitting out. Okay, so I'm going to dip it in here because we're going to do like a lighter swatch here first. Mix it in. And we'll add a little bit more, trying to get a little darker. We'll add even a little bit more. And then come back over that dark side one more time. So there it is swatched out. It's really pretty, just beige. I like it. I think that will look really good. You know, even for like sand, I think that would really be really nice for sand. But yeah, there's Titanium Buff right there. Okay, so let's move on and do, what should we do first? Let's do the Phthalo Green. I like that. So we're going to wiggle it around a little bit first, activate the pigment. There we go. Okay, drain some of it off. Start here at the bottom and try and do some, ooh, whoa. That's pretty intense right away. Like that's even with it drained off a little bit, it's pretty intense. Okay, so maybe they're little tubes, but they pack a punch. How about that? Let's grab some more. We'll go a little further. So far, I'm liking it. I think I need to change my water load, though. I feel like I'm overly watery. I don't need this much water for pigment, maybe. Make it a little darker up here. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, see if I move it out of the glare a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Like even the light wash, I know it's tilted a little bit because my desk is tilted, but still it's pretty deep. That's pretty interesting. Okay, let's try. I bet Permanent Rose is going to be the same way. So let's activate it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get a little water off it. Get a little, like nothing's coming off of it. Okay, and we'll go right here. Well, maybe I didn't activate it enough. Come on, Permanent Rose, jump on there. Aha, there we go. Ooh, I like. Okay, that's real pretty. Okay, we'll go up there a little bit. Add a little bit more. Get lots on there and pull it up. Nice. Okay, I'm actually going to pat up a little bit here so we can lighten it and see what it looks like when it's like a little bit lighter. Cheat a little bit that way. Whoopsie, I got some permanent resin or some opera rose in there. Wash that real good. Okay, that lightens it up just a little bit. Okay, so I really like it so far. Let's do a quick dry on them. I'm going to do a quick blow dry to see what it looks like when it's dried. Hold on. Okay, so we've applied a little bit of a blow dryer to this, and so, you know, it's a little bit drier. You can see already, I really like the magenta. I like the opera rose a lot, especially compared to this permanent rose. It makes it look a little dusty. So yeah, that's definitely going in my palette. I really like that a lot. And also I think the phthalo green is a really good replacement for Cotman's Veridian hue. I was worried about it being too green, but I don't think it is. It's got a really nice blue undertone to it. So I'm cool with that. And then of course there's the beautiful sandy titanium buff. One of the last things I want to do is I want to see how these paints lift, because I make a lot of mistakes. And so I've already kind of shown, you can see like there's a little mark there, that was a lift, and then a little mark there, that was a lift after drying. So let's try and do a little lift here. So, and because I like to cheat sometimes, we'll blot our lift out. Ooh, look how nice that lifted. Nice, Daniel Smith. Okay, I see why everyone talks about you so much. Look, that's not, like, I didn't even have to paper towel that, and it's coming off really nicely. Huh. Like, well, let's even compare here. Yeah, see? That's pretty awesome. So, overall, I am a big fan so far of the Daniel Smith. Again, these are my first Daniel Smith color paint tubes that I've gotten. Most of the time I use either Holbein or Sennelier. And so this is my first experiment with Daniel Smith. And so far I am excited. So thumbs up. Good job, Daniel Smith. Good job. I'm thumbs upping in case you can't tell. Bye, guys.